Today on Vox, it's National Reptile Awareness Day. The day was created not only for reptile lovers, but also to promote education, conservation, and appreciation of reptiles. It is a day to learn about the natural habitats, ecological threats to our scaly friends. We'll have information on voting and more. Lane Webb will have your weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Monday, October 21st, 2019, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Jay Standridge.
And I'm Emily Ann. Had these pair of hikers not gotten off track, they would have missed a shocking discovery. In a remote area about 3 hours from California's second highest peak, a bleached skull peeked out from beneath the gray boulders. Brandon Folan and Tyler Hofen were the two who stumbled upon it. Quote, "We were in disbelief. My first thought was maybe it was a prop or something like you see in a science class," end quote. As they got closer, they spotted hints of other bones. Clearing away the rocks revealed a skeleton which was almost fully intact with a pair of disintegrating leather shoes and the remains of a belt. Investigators at the Ione County Sheriff's Office are trying to identify the hiker and solve the mystery.
While you may be running a marathon, you may have your eye set on the finish line. But what if you can't see? Peter Cosabone, aka Blind Pete, lives in Chattanooga and has been fully blind since 2015. Despite his lack of vision, Pete sees the world in a very optimistic way. The half marathon he ran during Sunday's Seven Bridges Marathon was Blind Pete's second race in 2 days. He finished the race in just over 3 hours.
3 missing children from Missouri have been found in Texas. According to the U.S. Marshal's Office, in August of 2017, Sean Ruerges allegedly took her 3 younger children and fled with an associate. In 2019, the children's father was granted full custody, and they were officially listed by local authorities as missing in July of this year. On August 6th, the warrant for Sean Rodriguez's arrest for parental kidnapping was issued in Ceylon County on October 17th. Deputy marshals and local task force found Rodriguez and the 3 missing children at home in Texas. The children were taken into the care of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services while they wait to be reunited with their father.
Have you registered to vote for president next year? If you turn the age of 18 before the 3rd of March, you can register in the cafeteria on October 22nd from 11 to 1. You may not care now, but in 4 years, you might change your mind. Every single vote counts, so make sure you register.
On Saturday, October 12th, in the northern city of Clearfield, as emergency workers tended to car crash victims, 2 firefighters took note of a young girl in particular. She was unharmed but understandably shaken and was clutching bottles of nail polish in her hands. A Facebook post by the Northern Davis Fire District later described how the 2 first responders approached the little girl. They got down on her level and started to chat, but instead of asking her questions about the incident, they started talking about other things that might take her mind off it, starting with the nail polish she was holding so tightly. The 2 officers started talking to her about polish and asked her if she would paint their nails. The post relayed within minutes. The child was calmly painting their nails and had forgotten all about the incident she had just experienced.
Responding to the criticism, President Donald Trump has abruptly reverted his plan to next year's group of 7 world leaders meeting at his Doral Golf Resort in Florida. He is backtracking after facing accusations that he was using the presidency to enrich himself by hosting the G7 summit at a private resort owned by his family. He has been backlashed since he planned it.
In Johnson City, Tennessee, officer responded to a call on East Unoka Avenue fired around 5:40 p.m. Tupac Elizabeth was refined in the call as he has activated warrants with the Carter County Sheriff's Department. When officers got to the scene, they saw a car leaving the scene with Sherku in it. They eventually located the vehicle and made contact with Shirku. As the officers attempted to arrest him, authorities reported that he pulled away and reached for a knife with his waistband. He then proceeded to threaten them with the knife. After a brief struggle with the officers, he was placed in custody. He had also syringed in multiple bandages of methamphetamine and with his possessions. He was arrested with the charges of aggravated assault, resisting arrest, simple possession of meth, and unlawful Philadelphia. He is not in the Washington County Detention Center where he was held on an $18,000 bond.
Having married a ghost of 300-year-old pirate, Irish woman makes world news. The 45-year-old woman named Amanda Teague married Jack Teague, the ghost. He was a Haitian pirate who's said to have sailed the seven seas around the 1700s. The couple met in 2015 when Amanda was lying in her comfy bed at her home in Drogheda, Ireland. Miss Teague says she felt a presence there with her, and that the feeling stayed every night. After 6 months of feeling the presence there with her, she began to catch feelings, and together, or as together they could be. They planned a wedding July 26th, and they had a small and semi-functional wedding. The wedding register was also a ghost medium, and Mrs. Teague used him to gain contact with the groom. Amanda Teague is the first woman in the UK to marry a ghost, as it is not legal there yet. She quotes, "We sailed into the international waters so we could legally marry. It's not legal in the UK or Ireland to marry a deceased person, so we spoke to some lawyers and did it officially."
Bradley's theater department is proud to announce the opening of Annie the musical. October 24th is opening night, so make sure you mark your calendars.
Now let's head over to Braden Falls with political news.
In political news, Israel's politics can run into a third election or a standing multi-party unity government. From mistrust and attacks of their Arab neighboring countries to monetary policy, Israel's parliamentary republic government could be at a serious turning point. Two members of different parties are headlining the stage with statements and offers. Benny Gantz of the Blue and White Party and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of the Likud Party. Netanyahu has referred to security concerns as a reason to form a unity government. This is not unusual, however, as Israel has had multiple national unity governments when in a state of emergency, most notably in the Six-Day War. Despite this, the joint list of Arab parties are required 13 seats in Israel's parliament. Gantz rejected an offer to join the Likud and the others in the right-wing bloc party government from Prime Minister Netanyahu. Gantz stating, "I have no interest in joining the Likud. The party and Netanyahu have no connection to the right. Israel is at a standstill." I'm Braden Falls. Let's send it over to Kaylee Peak with good news you can use.
Today in Good News You Could Use, a fishing family makes the catch of a lifetime. The Harefords, a family from Montana, had quite the surprise earlier this week while out on their boat. They had already traveled a ways away from the Flathead Lake shore when they spotted something adrift on the surface of the water. Good News Network reports when they reached the mysterious figure, they were shocked to discover it was a young bobcat fighting to stay afloat. Brett Hereford jumped into action, grabbing a fishing net while his father Bob recorded the rescue. The bobcat emerged from the water shivering and exhausted, but ultimately safe. Cindy Benson, a fishing expert, said the animal would not have survived the icy waters had it not been for the hero family. I'm Kaylee Peak with Vox News. Back to the studio.
Now let's send it over to Lane Webb with your weather.
Thank you so much. I'll have your weather and more after the break.
Alexa, ask Whirlpool. Hey Google, ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool.
Care can be a handful. That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range helps you care smarter with voice control.
Hey Google, ask Whirlpool to turn off the oven.
Set oven timer for 5 hours. Keep warm. Alexa, ask Whirlpool to preheat the oven to 350.
So life doesn't revolve around your range. Everyday care. Whirlpool.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. Oh, you could save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys have had an awesome weekend. I know I have. I'm going to go ahead and start off with our local radar. We can see that right now. You can see we have a massive wall of rain, and this rain is covering the whole, all of Middle Tennessee right now. If you look around Murfreesboro, that's what's getting hit right now. It seems like this wall is going to be making its way this way, and we will be getting hit with some rain within the next couple hours, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to go and show you what's happening right now with our daily weather. We can see that right now it's cloudy, chilly 73 degrees, 25% chance of rain right now, and it seems like Tuesday and Wednesday it will clear up just a little bit. No rain over the next couple days. Do have some clouds though. But moving on to our national radar, we can see more of that massive wall of rain. It's spanning across the north all the way down to the south, and it's covering about I would say the whole Mississippi River is just covered in rain right now. Especially Louisiana, they're getting hit with a lot of rain, and we even have a little bit of snow up in Idaho, and even a little bit in Wyoming. That area is getting hit with a lot of snow. But other than that, we're looking semi-clear. Moving on to our 7-day forecast, we can see that Monday is going to be rainy with a high of 75 and a low of 52. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be sunny with sunny with a few clouds with highs of 68, 66, and 71, and lows of 41, 39, and 48. Finally, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be rainy with highs of 66, 67, and 69, and lows of 47, 52, and 56. And looking at Texas again, a huge tornado is tearing through the area. The huge storm touched ground around 11 p.m. last night, and it hasn't stopped since. And the storm has made its way through North Dallas, ripping through buildings, power lines, and much more. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported, but an estimated 70,000 people remain without electricity in their homes. That is all I have for weather. Let's go ahead and send over to Aaron with sports.
Thanks, Lane. World Series, Bradley Sports, and more after this break.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check and a cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check into Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkintocash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop, check into cash.
Denso has been around for a really, really long time, locally in our area, over 30 years, and it's a very stable company to work for.
Before I started working here, I didn't know what Denso was, but since I've been working here, knowing how much Denso sort of has its footprint all over the world, it's actually a global company that a lot of people in America haven't heard of, but it interacts with everything you do. If you drive a car, you probably have a Denso part in it.
So some of my daily tasks consist of fixing the machines, communicating with my other associates and making sure all these production lines are working properly.
We do logistics. We repack finished good products.
My day-to-day here is basically working on the machines and producing product for Denso.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our NHL scores. Starting off, we got the Canucks and the Rangers 3-2, the Oilers and the Jets 0-1. We got the Flames and the Ducks 2-1. The Canadiens and the Wilds going at it for 3-4. Capitals and the Blackhawks 5-3. Now for our NCAA scores football, we got Arizona State losing against Utah 3-21. That's a big point difference there. We got Michigan and Penn State kind of close, 21-28. Tennessee and Alabama, who saw this coming, we lost 13-35. Kansas and Texas, very close game here. Curling's off. Texas won 50-48. We got Florida State and the Rockets, close game here, 20-22. And going into the World Series, the Astros beating the Yankees, facing the Nationals next. The Houston Astros are returning to the World Series for the second time in 3 years after defeating the Yankees, but must go through Nationals if they want to hoist the trophy. In football-related news, the Patriots will be without Rex Buckhead again on Monday night. How will they replace him against the Jets? Will they replace him at all? Burkhead was ruled out for the team's Week 7 matchup in New Jersey one day after he'd been listed as questionable for the game with a foot injury. He was downgraded to out on Sunday, ensured that he'd missed the third consecutive game. Burkhead dealt with a foot injury going into the Week 4 in Buffalo and eliminated in the game, playing only 12 snaps. His continuing absence is a significant one of the Patriots in that when it's been healthy, he's been here, best all-purpose back. If this ended up being redshirt season for him, while disappointing for those who enjoyed watching him run with power at Alabama, Herod could look a few stalls down in the locker room for evidence that a slow start isn't the worst thing in the young back in the offense. William Blunt-Bradley game was last Friday with the Bears winning 49-21. Go Bears. That's all from me. We'll send it to school announcements after this break.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at your school announcement.
The ASVAB and Career Exploration Test is scheduled for Wednesday, October 23rd from 8:20 to 11:30. Must come to the ROTC room to test.
We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
Vox, the voice of Bradley Central.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always, God bless and go Bears.